Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally doing another testing TJ Maxx makeup products. I have a bunch of stuff on my desk here and these are fairly new finds, so most of you guys should be able to find these in your stores as well. I collect these things when I go to the stores each week in my different hauls at the end of my TJ Maxx videos, and I have basically a full face to show you guys today. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the eyes today, I'm going to take this NARS palette. I just found this at the stores last week. I was so excited. It's the Ignited Eyeshadow Palette. This one came out I think a couple years ago, so it's a little bit older, but I just absolutely loved the color scheme in here. This one was a little bit pricier at the stores. I think it was $29.99, but it's about half off retail. So I want to test this out, see how the NARS formula of their eyeshadows is, because I haven't tried a NARS palette in years. There is a nice kind of setting shade in here, so I'm going to take, oh man, all these colors are upside down now. So it's going to be kind of annoying to talk about the names because I don't know what is what. So we're going to take this cream on the eyelid. This color is actually a bit darker than I was expecting. It's kind of a light kind of sand shade. In the crease, we're going to go in with this mid-tone brown. It kind of has all the mattes right here in the first row, which is nice. Just nice and organized. I am going to tap the excess off here because I don't want this to be too crazy. And we'll just build this up into the crease. Next, I'm going to go into this like sparkly burgundy shade and put this in the outer corner. And since this is a shimmer, I'm just going to kind of pack this on. I'm going to go in with that matte brown in the middle again on my lower lash line. I did get a little bit of fallout there from the dark shade that we used in the outer corner, but we're just going to smudge it out anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. I wet my brush and I'm going to go ahead and use this shimmer shade because it seriously looks so unique. I really want to see how this is going to portray on the eyelid. So I'm just going to take this all over the lid. Oh yeah, that's really gorgeous. It has so much like different multi-dimensional sparkle in it. You can even pop some on with your finger, and that even adds more glitter. So that's kind of how the eyes look. I was not expecting this to be so pretty and sparkly. I don't even know if it's coming off well on camera, but it is stunning. Moving on to the face, I'm going to use this Smashbox primer, the Mindful 5. It's like an oil primer that I found at TJ, and I still have not used this yet. I feel like I got it a while ago, so let's see how this is. I'm very curious about it. It says it helps moisturize, it primes and preps, adds radiance, refreshes, and nourishes the skin, and it's like a bright green color. This would seriously last you so long, because if you only need 2 drops, like, you'll never run out. Ooh, this has an interesting smell. It's like kind of an herbal scent, but almost fruity. It's very weird. Okay, so it is sinking in. It's actually getting a little bit tacky. I was worried if this would be like too greasy, but honestly this oil is not like a greasy oil at all. I think it actually might help adhere the foundation. And for foundation today, I'm actually mixing these. I love mixing my foundations, especially when I have a little bit of self-tan on. I feel like I have to mix dark and light colors to get the right shade. But I really like these two together. The Too Faced Born This Way Matte and also the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. And I'm using this because these are tried and true for me. So I'm going to definitely be able to tell how the primer's holding up since I know how these work on my skin. I didn't want to use a brand new foundation with a brand new primer. So let's go ahead and apply this. I just take like a pump of each and that should be good to cover everything. But this is like my full coverage foundation choice. It's also really annoying. I don't know if you guys are big on self-tanning. I do it mostly for photo shoots because I'm very pale, and like when they're editing the photos, like it will wash me out completely because I like to have it very bright. So that's why I do self-tan sometimes. but it's very annoying. I don't love doing it, but I will say my makeup always looks better to me when I have self-tan on because I can actually like highlight under my eyes. I'm not like the lightest shade of foundation. I just feel like my bronzer, it looks more natural. My blush, I always get more compliments on my makeup when I have a little bit of a tan. So it's interesting how that works. See how this gives seriously like the most flawless look. I'm obsessed with this combination. Next up, we're going to try this Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I did go ahead and do my brows off camera. This is described as a medium to full coverage concealer that covers, calms, and flexes without creasing or caking. So very curious. It has a little doe foot applicator, and this is in the shade Cream. So we're just going to go ahead and apply this underneath the eyes. Coverage seems nice. I would definitely say it's more medium coverage. So that's that. I actually like how it looks. I feel like it looks very smooth. I don't see any creasing yet. It doesn't look dry. The color's pretty decent, and I think it does brighten a little bit under there. So far, so good. I still have not used this Anastasia setting powder yet, so we're gonna do that today. This is the loose setting powder and translucent. It comes in this humongous packaging. Let's see here. So we'll just kind of bake it under here. And then I do like to set a little bit of my face with it as well, before I put on like my bronzers and stuff. I feel like they just blend out better this way. This does give off a very white look, so I'm not sure if this would have flashback or not, because it does seem, I feel like it is lightening like my foundation, which is weird, but it just seems like a very bright white powder. Alright, next up is bronzer. I'm going to use this one from Clinique. This is actually something I found at Ross, which is similar to a TJ Maxx, so I figured I would go ahead and use it in this video if you guys have a Ross near you. But this is their Powder Pop Flower Bronzer. I could not believe this was there. It is stunning. It has the gorgeous floral embossment on the inside, and this has great reviews. So this is in Solar Pop, if I didn't mention already. Ooh. This color seems nice. It's very cool toned. Here's how the bronzer looks. I feel like it looks very good. This side's gonna look crazy because I have two breakouts right where I put my bronzer. But I feel like that looks pretty good. Next up is blush. I'm going to use this LORAC Shine Bright cheek palette. I've seen this still at so many of my stores, and I think this is such a pretty cheek palette, and it's a great deal as well. I think it's like $15 or so. You get their permanent shades, because I know Aura, Blossom, and Tea Rose are permanent shades from them, and they're nice neutrals as well. So there's highlights and blush in here. I'm just going to do the blush in this palette today. For today's look, I'm going to use Aura up here in the corner. These do have a lot of powder kick up, but they're really smooth and soft on the skin, and they have great pigmentation. As you can see, like, that's pretty bright. Like, I definitely need to tone that down, but yeah, they have some great blushes, and I love that this comes in a palette, so you get a mix of all of them. And then I'm going to go ahead and highlight with this highlighter palette from Makeup Revolution. It's the Chocolate Elixir Glow palette, and I thought that this looked so stunning. So I'm just going to mix these two highlights today, and I'll use this little fan brush. Oh, these are pretty powdery as well. And just pop that on the upper cheekbones. Alright, for lashes, I'm going to go ahead and pop on these VELOUR lashes. Yes, they have VELOUR lashes at TJ Maxx. It is awesome. They are reusable. This one is the Silk Lashes in shot of Wispy, I think is what it says, and it's only $7.99. These look pretty natural for velour, so we will see how these look on the eyes. I just need to take off a little bit, but yeah, these look like they're going to be very, very natural. So I went ahead and applied my lashes off camera as well, just because it takes me forever, but I don't think I'm a fan. I had to put on a ton of mascara on these, and I feel like they sit very weird on the eyes. I don't know if it's all of them or just this style, and maybe that's why they were at TJ, but this does not even look like the photo at all. These actually point down. They don't even sit up on the eyes, and they're extremely natural. so you can't hardly even see them. So I had to put on a ton of mascara. They looked better in here, but I feel like they're made weird so that they don't like go out and up. They like go down and droop. So I'm not the biggest fan of those, but we'll make them work for today. And let's go ahead and finish off with the lips. So for this, I have a couple MAC products to use. So I do want to use this Subculture lip liner. I did find this at TJ Maxx. I haven't used it yet, but this color looks amazing. So we're going to line with this. This color is the perfect Your Lips But Better shade. And then we're gonna top that off with this MAC Cream Sheen Gloss that I also found last week. This is the Boy Bait color, which I think is such a pretty nude. Really pretty combo. I feel like I just made my lips look so much more plump and bigger, which I'm all about it. So here's a close-up of how everything looks so far. I really don't have a whole lot of complaints yet. I feel like the only thing I don't like right off the bat is just the lashes, but I mean, they look okay. For the look, I just wish they were a little bit more dramatic, but overall everything else seems to be good so far. Of course, I do always want to do a wear test, so I am gonna wear this. I'll try to make it like at least 5 or 6 hours with this makeup on and let you guys know how it's wearing so I can give you guys my final update, but so far, so good. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, I am back. I wanted to show you how all the makeup held up today. I'm actually pretty impressed with most of these products here. I actually wore this makeup longer than I was intending to, so it's been about 7 hours, which is a pretty typical makeup wearing day for me. I'll get a little bit more close up so you guys could see this is how the shadow is looking. I actually just posted a story on my Instagram a little bit ago and I got so many compliments from you guys on this look too, so it must look pretty good still. I feel like the shadow has maybe faded a little bit. Like I can't see the gradient as much as I did before with the darker outer corner, but it still has all the glitter, the sparkle. There's not really any transfer or fallout. My foundation has held up really well, so I'm actually pretty fond of this primer, and also I think the powder is also helping. I feel like this is actually pretty mattifying from Anastasia, so these two products are both wins for me as well. I can't wait to test those a bit more. My bronzer, blush, and my highlighter are still on too, so those were good. The only things I'm not really sure on, I'm not a big fan on the lashes. I think those were the biggest fail for me. I'm ready to kind of rip these off my eyelids. And then I do like this lip combo. Mine has obviously faded. I do think this MAC Subculture lip pencil is really pretty, but I will say this gloss in Boy Bait is very sheer, so I kind of prefer something with a little bit more coverage when wearing with a lip liner, so that one kind of wore away, but it is a very nice Your Lips But Better kind of duo. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to speak on. Oh, I forgot to mention the Milk Concealer. I was also impressed with this. You could not see any of my lines. There was no caking, so the claims are true on this one. This was amazing. I'm actually very impressed by that, and it's held up really well. It's just a little bit dark underneath, but it's been a long time, so that usually happens for concealers with my face. So that is going to be it for this video today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.